Okay, everyone. Hello, happiness. How are you? Welcome to Empowered by Adversity, our podcast today, The Awesome Foursome with Mark Siegel, King of CBD, Quantum Performance. Welcome, Mark, everyone. Say hello and bring your questions. We are so excited to be here with you.
Hola, how's everybody doing? Brenda, Stacy, Gilad, we've got Canada, Florida. So great to be here. Looking forward to having some fun on my Monday. Back from Texas, had my share of ribs and healing and helping, and now I am back in the rainy state of Florida where it's monsooning. So hope we have a great time and ready to get started. So take it away, Stacy.
I was just opening up the chat saying hello and welcome to everyone. So, Mark, I want to ask you a question. What is the difference between CBD and THC?
Okay, great question. So this is the best way I describe it. Think of the marijuana plant, and then the bud or the flower that we know, that is the cannabis. Take that away for a second. Now let's work with the stem of the plant. Inside of that stem, that is basically hemp. You can extract from that stem THC-free CBD, which is basically an endocannabinoid that does not have the psychoactive effects. So THC, think impaired, high, feeling. CBD, think healing, no psychoactive piece, no buzz whatsoever. So that would be the major difference right there.
Well, how about hemp and CBD? Are they different?
Same thing, just different nomenclature. A lot of companies out there are using the word hemp because they won't allow advertising for CBD. The reality is it's the same thing.
It is. Do you remember? I don't know if I need to go get the bottle. Todd was looking at your CBD and saying how incredible it was last week when he was here. And there was something in the CBD that he's like, wow, this is amazing that that's in it. You want me to go
I
get the bottle?
think he was saying it was MCT oil, which is the carrier oil. Honestly, we use MCT oil, I believe, in the gummies. We use coconut oil sometimes or MCT oil in the tinctures. We can interchange either or. Both are great carrier oils that will deliver the CBD basically.
I know that it works great for me, your CBD. I mean, I've been on CBD for a couple of years and my inflammation is very low in my body because I don't have pain, even with all the arthritis through my body. But I didn't notice the CBDs, other CBDs actually helping me. I didn't notice any difference. You know what I mean? And I'm very aware of everything all the time. I'm very, very aware. But as soon as I take your CBD, because I was dealing with tendonitis in my thumb, which is actually gone. It's actually gone between the ASEA and the CBD. But it was the CBD that I noticed was really knocking that out because I would take them at separate times. Mm-hmm. Why do you think?
So I'll answer probably a lot of questions with the one main statement. Why quantum? Why ours? Why is ours better? What makes ours different? As far as all the CBD out there, as far as I'm concerned, there's only three things that determine everything. Where is it farmed? How is it extracted? And what are you paying for it? As far as our extraction, where it's farmed mm-hmm. out in Minnesota, actually. We used to be in Colorado, fun fact, but they had to bring irrigation systems in due to it was the arid climate. Now in Minnesota, if you know the geography of the lakes, the land is more fertile. We're actually getting cleaner, more powerful CBD from that area. Secondly, it's the extraction process. We use a supercritical CO2 cold extraction, which is non-scientific fancy talk for a very clean process. You will not get trace metals. You will not get any chemicals. You will not get things that you should not see, i.e. when I take other larger companies' CBD and I pour it into a clear glass on the tinctures, and I've seen soot at the bottom of the glass. That is when it is not properly extracted, or Johnny's Basement CBD, and they just do it for a third of the cost. So, beware of what you're taking and ingesting, obviously. And lastly, as far as pricing, I can afford to be 30, 40% below the average because I have no storefront. I'm full e-commerce. And on top of that, I pretty much give charity to almost every piece of CBD that I sell. So I have room to have nice margins without being a pig, giving charity, and helping. So it's really a win-win for all of it.
You are super charitable, and I admire you so much for that and for bringing me into your whole networking group. It's been amazing. And I think, first of all, I'm so grateful to you and to Gilad and Brenda. You guys have been such a support system for me. I love you all. Brenda, you're up.
Hello, hello. So Mark, one of the questions that I have always had is, why does it work for some people and not others?
Okay, great question. And by the way, I love the hat in the background.
Of course, it's always there.
So in a roundabout answer, it's interesting because 95 to 99% of the people I know that take my CBD, it does work. So it's a hard question for me to answer. I can say, as far as quantum performance specifically, we had a woman who had her knee, imagine an inverse patella, where her kneecap was like this instead of that. CBD can't help that. That's structural. That's something from God. We've had people who had really bad neuropathy. If you have nerve damage from here down to your toe, I love my stuff, but I can't fix your entire nerve damage issue. So you probably won't experience the best feelings. And then we had one gentleman who had a torn infraspinatus, supraspinatus, fancy talk for musculature. Stacy knows what I'm talking about, and a labrum tear. And he wants to know why, after using the spray a couple times, he can't play football in semi-pro league. So, obviously there's a difference. I think as far as referring to other people's, which I can't speak for them, it's really not quality. It gets right down to it. There are people that mask it with THC. So you get, oh, I feel high, so this must be good. Well, maybe you're just getting high, but are you really getting healed? Then there's companies like, you can go on Amazon per se, and I won't name companies, but I see these like 100,000 milligram bottles for $30. And I'm like, just imagine this. My tinctures are 1,000 mgs. Stacy used it, Brenda used it. Gilad, unfortunately, you can't. As I saw someone, I think it was Maury from Canada. We'll talk about that in a second, why we can't. But just imagine 100 times the strength of my bottle. It's not even humanly possible. So you're basically drinking Crisco oil. So you're not taking CBD. So yeah, again, I hope that would answer that question. But I never, not never, but 98% of the time, I don't have that. I.e., this weekend, I was at Naga all day and Saturday, 600 fighters, 300 kids, 300 adults roughly. Every single person that tried the spray bought it, sold out before the show even ended, had to leave early. Strawberry tincture, gone, sold out, and everything else fairly cleaned out. So I really, thank God, I'm blessed to not deal with that scenario, but hopefully that might answer that. And it looks like a couple questions. If you like, I can go right down the line. And everybody, now's your chance. If you have questions, type away, because I see it's open on Facebook. Thank you, Maury, for being here. Stacy, you're the first question for me. When did you start the company and what made you do it? I like that. Let's go back to the roots of all of this. So without going into the whole story, which most of you know, but if anyone new tuning in doesn't, I'll just fast forward the abridged version. I was in finance for a decade, just chasing money. Take. How much money can I get? I raised the book from 0 to over 100 million. I got fat in the process. I got unhealthy. And I was like a good New Yorker. I went to vacation in Florida, walked into a random gym, and the guy's like, hey, you want a free personal training session? I said, okay. I pick things up and put them down. And he's like, no, we're going to do all plyometric body work, box jumps, battle ropes, kettlebells. Broke me. 20 minutes, laying on the floor, soaking wet, gasping for air. That was my aha moment. Went back, grabbed fiance at the time, leave the bank, leave the ad agency, move to Florida. Work on myself, take the 70 pounds off, go single digit body fat, get 8, 9 licenses. Let's fast forward 11 years almost. I've taken close to 11,000 pounds off of people in New York, New Jersey, and Florida. And then I met with Tony Robbins. So I felt like I was a little sticky. I was like, now what? After you take 10,000 pounds off of people and help thousands of people, what's the next move? And I basically explained all of this to him. And he, in a roundabout way, said, that's cute. How are you going to help millions of people? So I said, oh, I was thinking about starting a CBD company. And basically he was all about it. said it was a great idea. Full disclosure, he's not a partner, investor, advertiser. But I went and signed up for Business Mastery, learned how to form corporations, what to do, what not to do. And then on March 13th, 2019, on the anniversary of my wife, at that point was 15 years married, myself, her, and my best friend with his birthday walked on fire with Tony Robbins in Los Angeles and then launched the company. And now we celebrated last month. It's 2 years. I now help thousands of people all over the country, some now internationally. We actually are getting heavy into Australia right now. I just got my first order from Portugal this morning, and we're going to be working with UK. We have a little, but now we're going to dial it up more. Oh, and Hawaii. Our friend Deja is our first Hawaiian customer. Cool and yummy going out right now, which, by the way, if you're randomly from Hawaii, I'm shocked and happy to say I can get you CBD for $5 in days as far as the shipping, rather than the typical Australia, which takes 20 days or so and costs 10x that. But when we speak about words like 10x, perfect example, I won't go into the story of the woman, but you know the backstory who needed the CBD. She pays $550 for 100 milligram tincture. I sell 1,000 milligram tincture for 110 full retail without a discount. So they're paying 5 times more for 10 times weaker. So if you live in Australia, reach out to me because I will change your life. And yeah, that's where we're at right now.
Mark, I'm going to bring Gilad on. I think she wants to ask you a question. And I'm really curious why it doesn't go to there. So let her ask this question.
Why doesn't it go to Canada? Oh, bring her on so she could be all sorry in advance. I'd love to send it to you. But yeah, what's up, Gilad? How are you?
Okay, so I have 2 questions. One is about why we can't get it in Canada. And the second question is athletes. Are they your biggest customers right now? Because there is no THC in it, or is it even across the board? So yeah, we know here in Canada, our government very much regulates this whole business, and they're not going to let people in right now because they want the Canadians to buy from Canadians. I'm not sure when that will open, Mark, but when it does, we will be your first customers, me and Maury and I, and
you, Maury, Brian Gallant. Oh, believe me, it's super frustrating. I'll never forget, I think it was Date with Destiny about a year ago, and I can still remember being in the lobby of the Hilton Hotel where we had our summit. Stay tuned, details to come. And these people were just literally like a circle around, like vultures. And what was funny is they were UK, Canada, Australia. It was all foreign. I mean, there was a couple domestic US people there, but I found that the foreign countries were like swarming because they're all paying double, triple. They don't even know what is it, where they're getting it. Like just randomly, not to detour, London sells bottles that they're like 60 to 80 euro. So they say, oh, ours is cheaper. London is notorious for making 10 ml bottles. Ours are 30 ml bottles. So if you buy 3 10 ml bottles at, I'll even go the middle, say 70 euro, you're at what? 70 euros roughly, call it 85 US times 3. You're paying 250 for what I sell for 110. So going back to Canada, yes, they want it all farmed here, seed here, extracted here, bottled here, labeled here, buy our stuff.
I love 1,000 milligram. And the cherry, it's just, I love it.
Yeah, strawberry's awesome. Listen, we actually are about sold out, a week and a half back order soon on strawberry. That was the number one at the show, cleaned it off the table. I didn't even have to taste it. People like, strawberry, strawberry. It's interesting how people just love strawberry, and it's probably my favorite. It's a tie between that and the lemon, or maybe the chocolate mint, but that's for sleep and I can't take that all day. But Gilad, yeah, they all want it all from Canada. So if I was the overlord of Canada, this much of a way, I get it, because he wants to keep the money in-house rather than having Mark Siegel from Florida coming in and saying, we're going to take revenue from you. But on the other hand, this is 2021. Wake up. There's when I go to a supermarket, it's not just only from Florida When I go to a department store, it's not products only from the US. There's products from Canada, there's products from Asia, there's so you have to give a fair marketplace. And unfortunately, when you don't have a fair marketplace, that's when you're coming into doubles, triples, quality. You don't like the quality, don't buy it, and then you won't be able to have it. And as far as your athlete question, it's a pretty good mix, actually, because right now, over 2 years, the average is between 6 to 94 years old. And ironically, the children are more on the ADD side, taking them off Lexapro, Vyvanse, Adderall, Vicodin, a little while the Vicodin's for the older, Xanax. But the athletes love it because we can be hair, blood, and urine tested. I have a gold medalist. I have an 8-time iron distance champion. I have fighters out the wazoo. I have military. I have police. I have city workers. Like we had a guy this weekend in Texas, Saturday, and he's a bus driver in Texas, and his knee is jacked, just stiff, crunchy, and he's like, oh, I can't take this stuff. I'm going to fail my P test. I'm like, no, you won't, no, you won't, no, you won't. Sprayed it on his knee. He was literally crying, and then bought 2 bottles. I actually have 5 or 6 video testimonials I haven't uploaded yet, just from like random people on the fly, impromptu, try it, 4 or 5 minutes later, video. If I had a fight, athletes are 40% of the business.
Why did you say the chocolate mint is for sleeping? I mean,
Because it's different. So our chocolate mint is CBD with CBN. CBN is a specific cannabidiol for sleep only. So think of not like a marijuana or an alcohol. It gets you like drowsy or groggy. Think I take it, and it tastes, by the way, chocolate mint, like Andy's candies, if you remember those little flat candies. And then you're just relaxed. So you sleep. It's more like you stay asleep. And as I like to quantify it, it's charging now, but my Aura Ring basically has little gadgetry inside of this, and it tracks REM, deep, light sleep. And I can see every minute of the hour when I was restless, when I woke up, when I was deep sleep, and the overall score.
What is it?
OURA. It's a ring.
Where do you get it?
You get it at OURA.com.
Thank you.
Yep. And I can put some stuff in the chat after. But this tracks, and I was tracking, believe it or not, it was really funny. I was telling Brenda this, for someone who's up on fire 18 hours a day straight, you would think like when I hit the pillow, it's bear time. And I believe I sleep well, and I sleep 6-7 hours all the time, but my scores were probably upper 60s, maybe low 70s, which was from bad to And now since I use the CBN, I'm in 80s. And now actually the other night I got a little crown thing on. I don't even know what that was. It said like 86, good job. And what was funny, it was a 5 hour and 55 minute sleep. And I usually get between 6 and 7. So now I'm really dialing in even more to, it's not the quantity within reason, it's the quality. I'm not saying you go to sleep 3 hours. What's up?
Do you have it in stock? I want that. I think a lot of people want it. The chocolate mint.
I always have it in stock.
Okay.
Dozens of bottles. Yeah, it tastes amazing. It works immediately. I now have quantifiable proof. Who I met, and Brenda knows, we had breakfast yesterday, and her husband is a very successful day trader, and he just can't sleep at night. He was sleeping an hour and a half average. Now he sleeps 6.
Camille just put on Camille said it makes you stay asleep.
Yeah. Oh, Camille, beautiful. I was just going to say, yep, it makes you stay asleep. Exactly. All right, here we go. We're getting some thread here. Stacy, we answered you. Hello to Alicia. Hello, Louisa. Yes, another Canadian friend who would be like swarming with this. And stay tuned because we're doing some work. I know I've been saying this for a while, but we're going to be launching some very cool funnels and some marketing created in Canada for US. And this way, the second they say go, we just flip the switch and we have an entire market in the country. So yeah, that would be great. Hi, Louisa. Thanks for stopping by. Maury, I'm sorry. Yes, it is. Warren Bernstein, you're listening. Hi, nice to meet you.
He's a
Hey,
friend of mine.
Kylie. Warren likes to buy some. Okay, well, you can go to quantumperformancecbd.com and fire away. Stuff goes out today at 4. Depending where you live, it'll be there within 3 business days. Camille, yes, it makes you sleep. Aura.com measures your sleep. All right, now we're all caught up.
Do the different flavors do different things then? I mean, if that one.
Nope. The funny story behind that most people don't know. So I was out in LA because the manufacturer was originally there, and I went out for Tony Robbins' birthday party. So I said, I'm in LA, might as well see CBD people. And I went in there, and I walk in, and there were like 40 bottles on the table lined up blank. And they go, just in time. There's like 5 guys sitting around a boardroom table. I'm like, what's going on here? And they said, we're doing a taste test for new flavors. You want in? I'm like, okay. So we sat down and literally right down the line, bang, bang, bang. Like every watermelons and berries and coffees and apple pie and blah, blah, blah. Like just so many.
Mark, people rave about your spray. Camille's saying how it works very well. And I hear people raving about it all the time. You were talking about it with the bus driver or something, or the taxi. I don't know.
But hold on. I'll get to that in a second. So finishing the flavors, what happened was about 8 flavors in or so, I just was like, what is this? This reminds me of Andy's candies. Like I just was, oh my God. So he's like, what do you want to do? I go, just put that to the side. And by the way, blueberry cream was my backup, which is pretty damn good. But at the end of the day, I didn't want to go overboard with all the flavors. So I tasted that a year ago and I said, just shelf it. So I talked with my wife and I'm thinking, we have lemon, we have orange, we have strawberry. Do I just put like a flavor bombardment? And I said, just keep it for if one day, like there's a different product set or something different comes in. And then they started carrying CBN. I started learning about that. So now I said, boom, 9 months later, maybe we used the flavor. We didn't touch it for 9 months. And then I said, that's what we're going to do. So now the chocolate mint is only with the CBN. So anyone who takes the chocolate mint knows night-night. And if you take orange, lemon, or strawberry, you can take in the morning, the afternoon, the night, all that fun stuff. Now, the spray. That's my jam. The spray is my favorite. It is our #1 product year after year. It's instant. It's 3-4 minutes freezing cold. 5 minutes to 6 minutes, no muscular pain for 8 hours. Knees, yes, Maury, neck pain. It's just, you should have seen the stuff this weekend going on. People getting destroyed, and I'm just ending it right there. And I loved it. I should have got more of the videos of like, really? You sure? Brenda knows me long enough to stand there when I say, hey, when you're muscular pain, come over here. I'll end it in 5 minutes. Like, that's what every vendor says, right? Yeah. And you know what? This was an interesting thing I was able to say at the tournament because there was 600 fighters. Everyone brings an average of 1 or 2 people. So call it there was 900 people in the room. I am the only vendor. So
my mom just put she wants to learn about the spray. So I guess you just talked about it. She'll have to watch it again.
Yeah, it's not much to learn. Spray it, freezing cold, pain goes away. I love Mark Siegel. I love Quantum, and that's it. And our auto subscribe was beta tested yesterday. I didn't even tell anyone. We beta tested it, and in 5 minutes, people signed up for gummies now. And you can get auto ship every month for 6 months. And then we're rolling out a 12-month. So hopefully by the 15th, tax day. Perfect. We'll do a tax day. Stressed out about taxes? Sign up for your auto subscribe for CBD. So that will be a nice lunch. But yeah, you can get
gummies. I end up eating too many.
Well, it's funny you say that. And I was singing on the airplane, you know that song, I'm a gummy bear, I'm a yummy, yummy. I was literally singing that on the plane. And I just took the gummies out and I was eating them. Some lady next to me, she's like, what's that? I'm like, do you want one? Sure, I'll take one. Meanwhile, it was funny because you can't make this stuff up. My flight was delayed 7 hours. And I'm like, I'm not staying in the airport by myself for 7 hours. So I went to JetBlue. They're like, we have a flight leaving in 2 hours. Done. I don't care. Bought that, canceled the other one. And I get on the plane, and I'm like, please just give me an aisle seat. She's like, all we have left is middle seats. And I'm like, great. So I get in the seat, and I'm sitting there like this, and this is 2-8. And then I was like, yep, like this. Like 2 minutes, like seriously, 5 minutes into the flight. And I actually dozed off. And I know that if I doze off on a plane, I'm tired. And I can never fall asleep on a plane. And it's funny, you take the drop sometimes. People get a little weirded out when you're on the plane and all of a sudden you're like doing this and they're like, what's with that? So I usually keep the drops on the nightstand. I take it in the morning as vitamins. I take my Euphoria. I take my CBD. I start my day. The spray comes on when I need the pain. I haven't felt true hard muscular pain in over 2 years, and I work out 4 or 5 days a week. So it's a godsend.
Mark, somebody's asking, what's the difference between drops and gummies?
Different delivery, same end game, different delivery. Both work on ADD, ADHD, eczema, epilepsy, glaucoma, cholesterol, blood sugar, menstrual cramp, joint pain, inflammation, anxiety, depression, Crohn's, more. It's just, for me on a plane and when I'm moving around in the airport, pop gummies. It's simple. When I was at breakfast yesterday, whip out the gummies. Hey, everyone take one. Rather than we all sitting sharing droppers and putting it in our mouth. So yeah. And then to answer your next question, how much to take, everyone's body is different. So the analogy I used before the CBN was this. My wife, who Brenda has met, is like this, and $110. She takes a full dropper, 33.6 mgs at night to stay asleep.
1,000 milligrams?
No. So the 1,000 milligram, whenever you see the number like 1,000 milligram, that's the bottle. And that's another thing. All these companies, except I believe one, write the total content in the bottle, and then you divide by the servings. So i.e. in a 1,000 mg bottle, 30 servings, you're roughly 33 mgs per full dropper. So she takes a full dropper for the sleeping. I have 100 pounds on her and a foot on her, and I take 3/4 of a dropper, but I do it as I walk in the gym for focus. My neighbor, who I say this story 1,000 times, he's 4 inches shorter than me, 50 pounds heavier. He takes half of a dropper when he speaks in engagements for Northwest Mutual. So right there is 3 different uses, 2 different sexes, 3 different weights, and it's not a matter of do you drink, do you smoke, do you work out, are you fit, are you fat? It's all out the window. It's how your endocannabinoid system processes it.
I want to ask you a question.
Sure. That's why I'm here.
ADD and ADHD, hello. I know that the ASEA helps me with that, and I do take them separately. So I need to really see, because I feel everything. Mom calls me the princess in the pea, but do you know how that works, like with anxiety and with that type of thing?
Yeah, it works in minutes. I mean, if I had to sum it up, I can't spreadsheet data exact number, but I would say the top 3 are anxiety, depression, and inflammation. And it works. I mean, I cannot even tell you how many people I've taken off medication. And especially when I take a kid off, I got someone 6 houses down, no more meds, gummies, that's it. The kid's like, well, now he's 8. Yeah, he's been using it for years.
Depression too?
What's up?
Depression as well?
Oh my God, absolutely. I would say depression is what led me out of the hole in COVID, because to sum up 20, just randomly going on, maybe there's some value or answer. The first quarter was like Vegas, LA, Texas, birthday events, scaling, Naga, Marshall. I was like, those were some of my best months in inception. And then all of a sudden, on my anniversary, bam, the world is shut and I couldn't do anything. And then all of the sales took a hit. I'm not here to blow smoke and tell you it didn't. But the first thing that took it back up was the gummies and the drops because of depression and anxiety because of COVID. But at that point, everything was still closed, gym-wise, athlete-wise, event-wise. So my topicals were hurting. Then once they say, hello, Florida, come work out. Hello, get on the jiu-jitsu mat. Texas, go. Then that started coming back. And then things started moving, and I had a couple different events, and then I won Business Mastery again. And that honestly put me a little bit more in the limelight per se. And then business kept going. And then we just literally went up a vertical climb. And then I feel we did some more tweaks with labels and website and this and that. And now I'm looking to have my best month since we've been open in April. So,
two questions. So somebody asked, how does someone know how much to take? So I heard what you just said, but go ahead.
I'll never put take this or suggested as that. At the end of the day, it's almost like a learning curve. I would say the average of thousands of human beings, from children to grandparents, 20 to 30 mgs, which would be, i.e., one gummy. There's no coincidence that it's 20 milligrams, or one dropper, which is 33, or you're like me and you like in the middle. Like when I told the guy on Saturday, he goes, how long has this bottle last you? I said 41 days. And he was like very taken back by it. He's like, wow, that's a pretty specific number. I'm like, well, when you take it every day for 2 years and you know what you're taking, I know what I feel. I could go more. I mean, I think on Saturday I ate 60 mgs throughout the day. Didn't do anything. It's not like I'm high or I can't do business or I can't conduct myself. It was just I was focused and then I was chill. So yeah, there's really no right or wrong answer of how much.
Maury wants to know, what about neck pain?
Yep, absolutely. All of it. Fusions, inflammation, just that, sleep sideways or on your stomach when you get that right down your neck and it goes from pinched nerve into the upper trapezius. That's like what, 70% of stomach or side sleepers get that pain once in a while. Psst, 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 over. Minutes.
Somebody else asked, what has it been? It's been 2 years?
Yeah, tomorrow will be 25 months.
Somebody wants to know, when did your business explode?
When did it explode? It had hills and valleys. So let's see, going back to March 19, it was a decent launch. Then it really started moving and shaking towards the end of 19. I would say the prior peak was Q1 of 20. And right now, again, actually, no, I'm not even not. It will be. This month will be my best month on record. So I guess if you call that another explosion, we'll call it. And now my global footprint is growing. Now
everyone loves you. I mean, globally, everyone loves you. It's unbelievable. On Clubhouse,
actually, I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. Listen, and you know what's funny? On a random conversation about this is I feel like as I started talking about and launching my charitable foundation, and I started donating more money, business picked up. So sidebar, if you're watching this, perfect. Said it this morning in the Clubhouse room. Impact over income.
Mark, we have that $555 on the page that we need to put into charity.
I'm ready, and I'll match it.
It's sitting there.
Ready? Let's just say this right now while we're here. I'll match it, and we'll round it up to $1,200. That saves a child.
Woo!
So we'll send $1,200 into the Quantum Fund. Quantum Fund will cut a check to OUR, and everyone will see we will save a child. Oh, I just got goosebumps. So yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. I met a guy actually this weekend who knows Tim Ballard. He was Special Forces training there. So, thank you, Tim Ballard. Thank you, OUR. Someone even recommended maybe I could get with them to put the wording of that on the other side of the hat where it says Operation Underground Railroad, so they really know. Because for those who don't know, this hat, I sell it on my site, and 50% of the money goes to OUR to combat human trafficking. Bingo. Exactly. And it's a hot hat.
You have a couple charities? Oh, I want a hat.
I'll send you the link right now. Go on my link tree, which we spoke about. I actually have a specific separate link. The hats are $50. I donate 25 to OUR. They cost me 22. I ship them out. I usually lose $1. It's not my moneymaker. I basically do it just to add value. This is my look good, feel good, brand up. You know, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't hurt when you have people walking around with that. But as I told the story from 3 Nagas ago, and I love telling the story, I have the CBD all out, the fighting tournament, and a lady comes up and we had the brochures about the hat, and she goes, all right, so they're $50 and you donate 25. I was like, yeah, great. She says, all right, I want a hat, I'll give you $25. I said, no, doesn't work that way. The hat's $50 and we donate 25. She goes, oh, yeah, I don't want to donate. I go, then you don't get the hat. And then she says, well, you can't do that. I said, no, I can't. It's my company. I own it. I don't have to do anything. While this banter is going on, a woman walks over and she goes, what's this all about? And I was like, it's about human trafficking. Da, 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 da. What size does it come in? Small, medium. Okay, I'll take it. Takes it out of her hand, buys it right in front of her. Then I look at the lady and I said, okay, so do you want the hat? She's like, 25? Believe this? Still going on. I said, nope. I go, have a great day. Walked away.
Wow.
So this is, to me, a badge of honor. When I see, look, marketing is great, but when I see someone wearing this hat, I know they gave $25 to OUR. So it's a win-win. And the hats without this or the branding in the back on the site are 40. So for $10 more, you're giving half of the money to charity. So yeah.
You have a couple charities, don't you?
Yeah. So the Quantum Fund has Operation Underground Railroad, Feeding America, Epilepsy Foundation, American Foundation of Suicide Prevention, and POST, which is the Pediatric Oncology Support Team, which is in West Palm. So that's my local one that actually only focuses on families that have children with cancer. So that's like one that's near and dear to me. I had that involvement before. Actually, I've been dealing with them before Quantum Performance CBD was a thought process even. That was just me moving here. I'll never forget, I met a guy at BNI, the networking groups, if you know what that is. And he told me a story that he had a 4-year-old that passed away from cancer. And I just lost it right in a one-on-one meeting, having at a Panera. And I was like, is there anything I could ever do to help you? And he's like, well, once in a while we do like a race once a year if you want to maybe come. I was like, ready? Boom. First time told me that. 45 people, #1 team in South Florida. We raised, I think, $5,000, which, you know, on the scale of things is, you know, people could do a lot more. But at these kind of races, you know, second place was like $800, $60 third, you know. So, and then the one year actually, FPL, Nextera, I'm mad at you because I was going to win again. And someone in the last second looked for the number and donated $50. And then I'll never forget, Barbara, the CEO, came over to me and said, listen, really? You're a solopreneur doing personal training and FPL bested you in a minute to go with $50. And they're
Are you still training people?
You know, it's funny. Somebody asked me this weekend and I didn't get back to him. I don't have the bandwidth. I can't do it anymore. I want to and I miss it.
Good.
I'm doing 11 networking calls per week, which I actually just dropped one today. I'm done. I can't. So Monday's going to be my new like catch up day and go through everything. But now I'll have 10 networking calls a week. I have podcasts. I'm going to be relaunching my own again. And Brenda's going to be my first guest. I promise. I have 34 guests lined up already. So I think we're going to go twice a week. Excuse me?
You got to count me in there somewhere.
Oh, you're already in there. I didn't even have to ask you. Lot's in there. You're in there.
Mark, I have a really important question.
Okay. I hope I have a really important answer.
How long do you keep it under your tongue, the oil? When you
30
take
seconds. It usually dissolves.
Get breath in?
I guess. I mean, you don't want to like pour it all out, but
No.
under the tongue, it'll get into your sublingual glands. Pretty much 30 seconds, there'll be nothing left there.
Oh, I have a question mark too. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is there any additives like sugar or anything in the gummies? Zero.
The gummies are now all vegan. It's the most ingredients of any of our products. And again, a lot of it is locust bean, agar, you know, natural this, stevia. Most of the products I have are 4 ingredients, except the roll-on is the most, but that's 21 essential oils. So any of the sugaring or the sweetening is like a micro dose of stevia, basically, just so it doesn't taste.
Safe for diabetics.
Oh, 100. Not only is it safe for diabetics, our certain friend from Dallas who we know, and I'll just, because I'm very good about, not disclaiming unless they let me know, who happens to be diabetic with a pump, I happen to maybe share that it actually regulates your blood sugar and insulin levels and can lower your A1C. So when I have diabetics that get on board, I encourage them to take a blood test, full panel, start with the CBD every day. I did have someone else, not him, but we'll leave that gentleman nameless, that brought his A1C from 5.5 to 3.9 just from the CBD. So when all those people are popping pills, like that's a whole other, we can go on a tangent about that. I take, like Big Pharma wants to assassinate me. I'm like that guy in what was that movie? The Insider, like when he's in Philip Morris and he was talking about like all of what's going on in there and all the bad stuff. Like that's like me. I'm the one like walking around, like even when I'm in a doctor's office, like I laugh. I could just be there for a checkup and I'm sitting there and I'm hearing like, I'm watching just people, oh, we're sending you a script to CBS. Oh, we're doing this. And I'm just like, oh, really? What do you guys, oh, hey, CBD replaces Crestor and Lipitor and Vicodin and Xanax and hydrocodone and Roxycontin. And they're like, what? And I'm handing cards out. I don't care. And look, it's not about the money. Like if one lady bought a bottle of gummies, respectfully, is that going to change my life? No, might change hers. Random sad story while I'm just flowing. There was a guy and his dad this weekend at the event, and they both tried the spray, and the son was like, done, I'll take it. He buys the spray, and he's like, Dad, I think you should buy the drops, because he wanted a lot of inflammation, backaches, knee pain. And the father looks at him, probably 70s, and he said, guess what? I have insurance, and I pay $0 for my pills. So, I'm already doing math in my head. I'm like, $110 a bottle times 12. I give him a discount. I was like, what? And I said straight up, I go, what if you could, for $1,200 a year, take this and never have to take a pill again? And I see the son like, I'll buy it for it. The son said, I'll buy you the bottle. And the dad's like, nope, I pay $5. I go to CVS. I get my pain meds and blah, blah, blah. So it's sad because, as you wrote, educate before you medicate, one. And unfortunately, we're in a society and environment where everything is pop pills, pop pills, pop pills, and do it after the fact. We're not a culture that is saying, wait, before everyone is obese and diabetic and in the hospital and eating pills like candy, why don't we go backwards and maybe take some CBD, take some ASEA, take some Euphoria, go to the gym, get a personal trainer. It's not, as I say, listen, my stuff's gold, but at the end of the day, it's a puzzle. You need the Hypervolt for the recovery. You need the Aura rings. I mean, you don't need them, but I think
the Hypervolt is, and I swear by that. For 2 years, I couldn't use my arm from the first 2 surgeries. I had rotator cuff. I couldn't fold things. I couldn't be washing dishes. I went to the chiropractor. They put that on me. 2 minutes later, I was swimming doing the crawl.
Oh, Brenda knows all about it. And just random going back to Euphoria, when I met Brenda, I was there with the gun. And she looked at me like I was like the devil. And go away. I can't even take that. Then her inflammation goes down 80%. Now she's a proud owner of a Hypervolt Plus. So it's a godsend. I mean, I was using it. I brought it with me. After you stand.
And how much are they? You sell them, right?
Yeah, I sell them. Actually, I'd love to say, I think we have a handful left. That's not a huge stock because it's just a.
Can you grab one?
Like right now?
Right now. Like right now.
Where'd she move it to?
So people know what you're talking about.
You want me to get one, Mark?
Actually, you know what? I could show you a brand new sealed box of one.
You need to know what this is. And the chiropractor, they call it rapid release therapy. And I could not believe in 2 minutes that what I suffered for 2 years, that they released in 2 minutes, and that I could
This
swimming that
is
day.
a Hypervolt Plus. It's made by Hyperice. If you call them or go on their website, it's $400. If you go to my website, you will get this and a $55 roll-on for $355. So you're basically getting the gun for $300. You could call Hyperice right now and say, I want 1,000 of these. They'll say, great, it's 40 grand. So I am blessed. I have a nice relationship with them because we deal with them. And that's that. It's, you know, it's that one. I'll never forget when my wife first bought it for me at like Best Buy or something and came home. She's like, here you go, honey. And I was like, what the heck is this? And she's like, don't worry. And I saw it in the bag. I was like, $400. I paid more for my own. And I was like, what are you, crazy? And she says, how much is a massage when you go? So I don't know, $100. So great. Here's 4 of them. And now, I'm not going to lie, I still maybe every once a quarter or so get a massage because it's not the same as her doing this on me and someone really deep tissuing on me. But for the rest of the year, gold.
But at the same time, I used to get 3 massages a week, and the massages couldn't release what that released.
3 a week, did you just say?
I used to, yeah.
Good for you.
Because the fingers can't get in and move around. Like I use Hypervolt almost every day also. And even this morning at the chiropractor, I said to him, you know, I was working on the Hypervolt. He goes, oh, let me go grab it. And he happens to have one there. And he started using it on me too.
Yeah.
And voila, I feel so much better.
Oh, mine's in the living room because on my left lower back this morning, can't make it up. I did 14,000 steps yesterday. I did 12,000 steps and stood the whole day the day before. Shocker. I'm not a spring chicken. Lower left back, you know, not crazy. Well, I feel great and better than I ever been in my life almost. But it gets, you know, you're sitting on a plane, you're sitting in cars, you're driving all that, you know, so it gets nothing crazy. Boom, 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 done. Roll on, warm it on. You know, large groups, and a lot of people ask that question, like, why do you would use this over the spray? This I like on large muscle groups. If you're going to cover my whole back,
What is that?
The roll-on. This is the roll-on versus, I probably should have kept the whole little product set in front of me while I was talking to you guys. Sorry.
I use it to get up and keep getting them.
I keep them handy. So, yeah, there's the roll-on. There's the gummies. There's
I have a favorite.
the lip balm. Ow, our hostess with the mostest has left us. Gilat's like, what the freak? Everyone has all this stuff, and I can't. You should just move to Hollywood, Florida, like all the Canadians.
That's not mine. I have, where is it? How do I do this? Oh,
You're
wait.
off camera. There you go. Whoa, back up a drop. Yep, there you go. Strawberry Thousand Mints. But so the whole point of why I said that was, you know, I sprayed this on a guy's knee, and I'm like, imagine your entire quads feeling like that. It's a little crazy when it's like numbifying. Or if you're elderly, you can go like this and just go swipe it on your own lower back, where this is a little harder to like figure out. This I have, if it's on my back, wifey, kids, someone's putting it on. You're solo, right there.
It's really good when you're having a severe muscle spasm too.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Karen Miller, prices. Pick a product. I could go over all of it.
Hi, Karen. How are you?
But again, I don't want to make it like a Mark Siegel CBD show, even though it kind of is. But you could just reach out to. Yes.
I have a good comment for you to say. You know that old man who told you he didn't have whatever. He'd rather spend the money on his drugs because it's free. So I'm just going to read it off because I've posted it on Facebook before. And this is what you can respond to people. And then you'll talk about your prices. If you believe pharmaceutical companies are on your side, remember this. Your staying sick is what keeps them in business. And that is a very good response to somebody like that.
100%. Again, it's listen, without going into conspiracy theory, it's all kind of in cahoots. It's the doctor who writes the script. It's the person who sends you to the hospital. Then once you get to the hospital, they're pumping you with more meds and charging you quintuple. Then they have all the gear and equipment in the hospital. Then the hospital's got to pay the note for the mortgage and the lease, so you got to stay there. And listen, these people go to the hospital, they come out like, oh, it was a $80,000 stay. I'm like, what do you mean? For what? Like, what do you do for? And again, I'm not going to sit here and throw hate and shade on all of the medical system. My family has used the medical system. They have had heart surgeries, and they have had, broke this and snapped that and fell from this or dizzy from that, or labor and delivery, or, just things like that. But at the end of the day, there's a time and a place. So yeah, it's just been crazy. Let's see, prices. So I'll talk retail, and then I can always, make a coupon or a code or something, but the spray is 70, the gummies are 55, the roll-on is 55, the regular tinctures are 110, the sleep CBN tinctures are 125, and the lip balm is 7. Actually, you know what? Let's make this interesting. I will create a code after this ends, and we'll call it Stacy 15. So basically, everyone will get 15% off till tax day. Let's make this interesting. So for the next 3 days after this episode ends, we'll make Stacy 15. It'll work on everything except the Hypervolt, because I can't go below 33% wholesale. The hat, I will never discount charity, and the bundles, because the bundles are already 10% off. So if you, it's my pleasure. Listen,
generous.
It's fun. Yeah, I love doing that. Stacy 15, that's right. Stacy with a Y. That's STACY15 at quantumperformancecbd.com, or for my old school peeps, quantum-pt.com. So that was my personal training web addy for 11 years, I think, which is why another thing people realize, they're like, why, if they're thumbing through the site and they're seeing training and weight loss and that. Again, I like to always incorporate that. I'm not the vacuum cleaner salesman that jumped on the CBD bandwagon. I didn't have a pizzeria and then, I made CBD. I just was in health and wellness for over a decade. Oh my God, that's right. Thanks for reminding me. Tax days extended till me. I don't think I'm going to honestly, I probably won't run that coupon for a month. So let's quantify this. I'll say from anyone who's watching this and shares this and tell your friend and your grandma and your girlfriend and everybody, Stacy 15 from 4/12 in 10 minutes after this episode until April 15th will be good. And then let's see. I might have a slight hint that Mother's Day, right? The moms might have a discount code. So trust me, we'll all be taken care of. And yes, big shout out to Blanca for always helping and putting this together and whipping together graphics on a phone call in 3 minutes notice this morning. But
Thank you, Blanca. We love you.
We love you, and we'll all be on Blanca's call tomorrow. And that's, again, going random, ecosystem mergers. Blanca's people, my people, SSBO people, Happy Neighborhood people, Tony P. I spoke to him for an hour and a half on the drive up to Orlando. You have no idea what's coming. And Brenda, we have to talk because he just connected me with a gentleman in Miami who basically is the luxury experience ambassador. So, i.e., if you want the hotel, the limo, the private jet plane, the dinner for whatever that you couldn't get, the watch that's impossible to find, and I hear words like events and clubs, and his friend owns a few. So this is all going to get wrapped around and look really nice and really fun.
When is your event?
So, God willing, and we're tightening up details, but it'll be May 15th and May 16th, which is a Saturday and a Sunday. We will have a little private-ish VIP Friday night before for those flying in or local. It'll look like priming and meditating and yoga and the Gasku method and master.
Therapy?
What's up?
Can we do happy dance therapy?
Sure, we could dance. Oh, trust me, we're going to be doing a lot of dancing and a lot of therapy. both physical and mental. But that's a whole other conversation. And we're going to have masterminds, and we're going to have product showcasing, we're going to have dinners, we're going to have karaoke. We're going to tear it up. We're going to do sunrises, weather permitting, which last year we had one day we couldn't. So we did it by the pool area of the hotel. And then the next morning we did it on the beach. Like we all watched the sun come up, did yoga and meditating. It doesn't suck to do that in Florida as the sun rises. And it'll be event. It'll be amazing. So we're just tightening up some details now as far as the hotel and the packages and things of that nature. I can go on a limb and say it'll only probably be a few hundred or so a ticket, which, you know, if you think about what you're going to be doing and getting for days, you know, this isn't like a $5,000 or $10,000 event. I'll be honest, it's probably going to land around 250s. And we, as I discussed with Brenda, who's assisting me with all of this, is we're going to give a piece of that to charity.
Yeah.
So everyone's going to have to do charity. You roll with me, you do charity. You don't do charity, you don't roll with me. So yeah, I can't wait. Stay tuned. Hopefully, my goal was in a month before, so we have 3 days to really whip it all together, put the stamp on it. So then we will reach out to our people first, and then work out, because we do have a little bit of a COVID limitation. You know me, I would have 500 people come if we can. Let's just say the hotel, the restaurant, and the food area was basically balking. They were like, how about 25 to 50? You know me, I always ask for more. How about 50 to 100? And we're doing rock, paper, scissors, and, you know, we're massaging healthy conversations to try to land it between 50 to 75 people. So stay tuned. Coming soon to a hotel near you.
Can I say one thing about tomorrow with the walking meditation, just to announce it?
You could say whatever you like. You know me. I encourage everyone and share everyone. As Blanca always says, speaking about tomorrow, like, comment, share, or as we should change it to love, comment, share, because the love icon gets more than the algorithms than like.
Let's tell them how to make a love, though, because most people don't
know. That's the heart button. What do you mean? It's pretty easy.
Well, you go down on the like thing, and then the line pops up with smileys and heart with love and stuff like that.
Hit the heart one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope people do that. I think they've been on Facebook a while. So yeah, share the love.
He's as savvy as you, like that.
Listen. You know what? Trust me. After I we hung out with a guy yesterday, had breakfast, and I thought I was like illiterate after I heard he was a software developer. So obviously, you know, listen, I always learn. Every day is a learning experience. If you're not growing, you're dying. And I learn every day something from someone. I learn from my kids. I learn from grandparents. I learn from the guy while I'm paying at the supermarket. You know, I always try to learn something. So there we go. We learned today. But going back to your walking meditation, please tell us what it is.
Okay, so it's starting at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning on Clubhouse. There is a link on my page, my Facebook page, underneath this that I put on the other day. If you're not a member of Clubhouse, please go or send me a direct message and I will explain to you how to do this. It's a walking meditation, a 10-day challenge. I was going to do a 30-day. I'm starting out with 10 days. If you guys love it, and because I walk every day, we can make it 30 days or we can make it permanent. Walking, mindfulness, meditation, tightening our abs, tightening our buttocks and our legs, getting ready for spring and summer. Are you in? I hope you're in. I'm so excited to do this.
Who doesn't like tight abs, legs, and buttocks for the summer? That sounds good to me. I am on my quest. Actually, how many more days? We have, let's see, 18, 19, 22 days, I think, until May 3rd. So I dropped 14 so far on the challenge. And I have 8 pounds to go in the next 20-something days. So I got to suck some weight, and then I'll be back all the way to 2019 weight. So everyone can do it. Walk it, work it, do whatever.
Walking is incredible because it's not hard on your joints. It's great. It's not hard on your joints. So, you know, as we're getting older, we don't want to be hard on our joints or on our spine with our discs and getting sciatica and problems. And if you're limping and you're getting problems in your hips and your neck, I mean, it has like a domino effect when you have.
It's a kinetic chain.
Yeah.
And it's funny you brought that up because I was thinking about, again, I had a lot of experiences on Saturday just talking to hundreds and hundreds of people. This one guy had a lower back issue, and we sprayed him up. And I'll be honest, he was one of the first people that wasn't like crying happy. He was happy, and he bought it. And I asked him, I said, how often do you work on your hamstrings? And he was like, what do you mean? He's like, why are we talking about my hamstrings? It's all interconnected. 80% of Americans have a lower back issue. 60 of that 80 is hamstring related. And everyone thinks you're back, you're this, I'm fat, I sit in the chair, I hunch, da. Guess what? It's all connected. The hams connect to the glutes, connect to the lower back, boom. So you are as strong as your weakest link. I hate that cliche saying, but it's true. Oh, look at that. I forgot to shut my ringer, and that's Blanca, but we'll call Blanca after. Come on Facebook. Exactly. She's probably like, where? How do I get on? I think she has a podcast too. And speaking about that, tomorrow we're going to have, I'm thinking 50, 60 people on her call. And we have like 8 entertainers and singers from Clubhouse, from Insta. And we're going to have a pitch contest and give some goodies away and all that fun stuff.
And the title of that, so people know what you're talking about, is
The Laws of Life with Blanca Greenstein. And if someone can have a hyperlink below somewhere, that would be great. And then Thursday, I am back in full force to the SSBO call as well. Last week, I was on the Pro Sports Conference Network with Candy from Clubhouse, who I'm meeting in real life in Vegas next month, and Lisa, who is a soccer player. Her daughter's a soccer player. And we're going to be meeting with athletes from all over the country in Vegas in a month from now. So if you happen to want to come to Vegas on May 21st, 2nd, and 3rd, come say hello.
Boy, you're a mover and shaker. Hey, Mark.
I would love to come to Vegas.
Come to Vegas.
We can put links on my page so people can, for the different events, correct?
Yep. Yeah, there it is. It looks like you put it right there. And I like the Bitly. All right. I'm going to have to get with the Bitly
There's
too.
Blanca. Remember event tomorrow, network and singer showcase. Link on my IG, Blanca.
One step ahead of you, girl. We're already promoting it.
We got it. We got it.
We all help support each other. And again, aside from CBD, it costs nothing to put the love on, comment, share it, tell your friend, hit share button and post it on someone else's page. That's what I tell everyone all the time.
We love you. She loves all of us. We love you so much.
Love you, Blanca.
We
Guys,
love you.
unfortunately, I have to jump. I am so sorry to end this party on my end, but love to you all.
Wow. I'll see you tomorrow at Blanca's.
I'll talk to you later today.
Oh, yeah, exactly. We're having a powwow later. And then
Yes.
we'll be on the God Squad tonight. Because I missed my Clubhouse for a couple nights. So I'll be back on. But yeah, we'll talk later. Take care.
We're over an hour here. You want to talk anymore? You've more.
I'll go a couple more minutes.
Okay.
I want to keep it interesting, and I want people to be engaged. I told you we wouldn't even have to even think about it. We can go an hour. It's easy. If anyone in the audience has
I have a question for you, Mark.
Go ahead.
I have a question for you. So
Okay.
why don't you tell some of our listeners, because maybe some of them don't know what Clubhouse is. You guys mentioned Clubhouse. And how that maybe has helped your business, or why is this a good app for networking? And
why am I?
That's it.
Why am I doing the walk on Clubhouse?
You're doing the walk on Clubhouse.
You want to tell why? Because we could take the phone out with us. We're only on audio. You can't see us. You tell. Go ahead, Mark. You're up.
You know what's funny? I can't because I'm using the iPad, but that's a whole other story. So Clubhouse is a social media app that is in beta. There's over 15 million users right now. And by the way, they started testing Droid yesterday because there was some rooms opening that saying Droid was using it, which I am all about that with my Samsung Note. But anyway, think about podcasts like this with more people and interactive. No video, no commenting, no liking, no sharing. Mark Siegel goes in. Mark Siegel creates download the app, create a username. Someone sends you an invitation. We all have them. And you come into these rooms. You look for rooms and look for things you want to talk about. So I go into CBD rooms, I go into athlete rooms, I go into Tony Robbins rooms, I go into, oh, there it is, perfect. There's a picture, you're in a room right now. So Gilat could go into that room and there's all these people speaking, and if she wants to add value, she raises her hand. Oh, you're in it. There you go. Oh, now you're a moderator maybe. So basically you come in and you raise your hand and they pull you up from the audience and then you speak. And yep, there you go. And basically you can talk back and forth and you come off mute. Everyone's on Clubhouse. Yay. I'll spare you what it looks like on the iPad. Same thing. Clubhouse drop-in audio. And then when you create your own rooms, you call yourself a moderator. And then like this podcast, Stacy could create the walking meditation Clubhouse room and speak about.
I already created it.
Right, but I'm saying even after the walk, you could say, now everyone come hang out here. And we could come off the mic and say, so how was your walk? I saw bluebirds. I saw blue jays. I had red cardinal. My knee hurt. My blah, blah, blah. And you can keep talking about, and then you follow each other. And you find people that resonate, which is a overused word on Clubhouse, resonate with you. And you can hit the little bell and you get alerts like people like me when I ping you every 35 seconds to come hang out with me.
Mark, how many hours a day do you spend on Clubhouse?
So I went from hating it to loving it to being way too much, and now I'm trying to regulate. I would say I'm on a couple hours a day out of the 18 now. We have had our stints where, i.e. the Mod Squad, which was created 2 weeks ago this past Saturday, because I just got so fed up in these rooms where either there's 24 people on stage and 20 are moderators, and then 3 of them will just have a conversation with each other and no one else, or you'll have the whole 3 moderators and 150 people in the audience and they don't call anyone up and we just listen to who's more significant than the other. And then we created a room basically called the Mod Squad where we were making fun of those people, and the first night it went 16 hours straight. And now it goes every single night. Yes, I'm hooked on Clubhouse, Camille.
We're all
Mark, do you have to take gummies to stay awake, to be on, or to have energy? To stay on Clubhouse?
Funny? Sometimes I laugh about it. I definitely eat them while I go on those stints, more for the focus, because it's also, again, I'm using an iPad. So it's very easy for me to just be looking over here. Oh, wait, 111, make a wish.
Okay.
Got it. So I'm all about that. But yeah, like, again, even as I, have this on the iPad, and well, it's hard to see, but you could just go see all these rooms and all of a sudden you're like, hey, what's going on here? Wife, kid, business thing. So it's very easy to get all over the place. My CBD has definitely helped me. I take it every single day. I don't even think of, like, I take the drops every morning as just take it. That's it. It's like my vitamins. Take my Euphoria, take my CBD, and random fun fact that I keep sharing, please do not take your CBD directly with coffee or orange juice, because the acidity lowers the efficacy of the CBD. Now, I'm not saying, you could take the drop, go do your walk, meditation, come back, have coffee, that's fine. I'm talking about people who are like, and then they're like drinking the coffee with it or the orange juice with it, or they try to get cutesy and put it in there. And no. And certain companies, who I'll leave nameless, sell coffee with CBD in the beans at $65 a pound. And I like to tell the story of, I'm a pretty decent coffee person. I'm not a connoisseur. I don't drink swill, but I don't have like, Juan Valdez, White Cap, Kahlua, Mount, whatever it's called, Kona, $15, $20 a pound. So to pay quadruple and have it be net is just wrong. And again, people get cutesy with the drinks, the waters. That kills me. Texas, saw it again this weekend. $8 for a bottle of CBD water with 10 milligrams of CBD in it. So I, of course, aren't wearing this. I was wearing a Naga t-shirt. I had no idea. And I was like, I'm take this bottle. And he's like, this exact same thing happened to me in, actually, it must be something about Austin. I've told this exact story in Austin. Last time it was a gym, which I'll leave nameless. This time it was a store, and it was $8. And I said, these gummies are 55 a jar with that one coupon, which breaks down to $1.83 per gummy. That's 20 milligrams for $1.83.
And they're
They charge $8 for 10 mgs. So you're paying quadruple for half the dosage. Well, it's convenience. Okay, guess what? Go buy a bottle of water. Go fill your water bottle. Go get a glass of free water.
You should have sang the song, "There's something in the water."
Yeah, exactly.
You know that song?
Yeah. But I was gonna say, I don't know if it's worth $8 of water. I was like, "Whoa, am I in Manhattan now? I mean, South Beach, and I gotta buy $8 bottles of water with nothing in them." And I walked away.
All right, so I want to share one more thing about tomorrow. You guys want to do an energy medicine meditation after? We can do a 10 or 20-minute energy medicine meditation. We're going to play it by ear. I want to see what everybody says. If it's pouring out everywhere, we can do happy dance therapy inside. You guys can communicate with me. We can have like a signal. At the bottom, there is a little microphone, and you flash it. So then I know you want to talk. So everybody can talk whenever they want because you send a signal.
No, we love it. It's fun. Yeah, the weather's, I'm hearing it's going to be like this for days now. It actually just stopped here, but it was pretty hard pouring. Well, I was delayed. Like I said, I almost didn't make it home last night. My flight was delayed 7 hours. Yeah.
CBD for animals too, right?
Absolutely. My little Maltipoo Lucky takes it. He took it this weekend. He was literally, first of all, he knows what a suitcase looks like, and he freaks. So as soon as they bring the suitcase out, he's already like pacing around, what's going on. And then my wife said that when I left, he was sitting by the door, has anxiety, and at night he would like walk around circling near my pillow, and he basically slept on my pillow for the few nights. So basically with dinner, she put a little lemon drop in the water, and he would chill out. So yeah.
So the animals to put it in the water.
Absolutely. I have opened it up direct, like 4th of July. Freaks when the fireworks.
Yeah,
before they even get started, I'm like, babe, opens his mouth. I put the drop right in.
What about thunder and lightning? Thunder, I mean, also, right?
Thunder, lightning, fireworks.
Groomer.
We're gonna go to the groomer. See you in 5 hours. Now sometimes he gets confused. First of all, he gets in the car. He's like, we don't do the dog park a lot because we have a nice yard and he runs around. So he's starting to associate the car with, where's mom and dad leaving me? They're going away for the weekend. Where am I going? Like we go away a lot of staycations, and the kids will go to their friends and sleep over. Wifey and I will just get lost, and we'll bring the dog to X-ray. Dog's like, hey, where are you going? So we give them CBD to give him while we're gone. So yeah, dogs, cats, horses. Believe Rescue Ranch in Denver, Colorado. What's up, girls? Syrian Beck. We help wild horses, cats. Do you know cats? I think it was like cats with CBD was one of the top Google searches in last month.
Okay, so if I got some,
if you wanted to what?
Would like to try it with my cat. So what should I do?
Put it in her water.
How much? How much water?
Like, I would seriously use a quarter of a dropper.
Can she take the flavor?
4 months a bottle. Of course. Every product I have, everyone can take.
Because I don't know if they'll take it because she might taste the flavor and she's really finicky. I guess I'll just have to try.
Try it, right. Guess what? Put it in the food. Like if you have a bunch of wet food and there's like a quarter of a dropper of lemon, and the reason I picked lemon is I find that to be the least flavored of the flavorings.
Okay.
The strawberry is not nauseatingly sweet, but I love it. And the orange is citrusy. So the animals on the citrusy might be like, I don't like citrusy. But a lemon, if you mix it in with cat food, dog food, like sometimes we put it in Lucky's wet food. So we do some of the dry, put a drop in the wet, mix that all together. He doesn't know. He's going, I'm not going to eat this because there's a drop of lemon CBD in it. He's probably like, it's a little different today.
Maybe you need one that doesn't have a flavor for the animal.
I was thinking about it, and I don't want to do it because it tastes disgusting. If you taste natural raw CBD,
Okay.
It's like eating dirt.
Oh,
And then I get a lot of people who are like, what if I don't like I'm like, go buy whatever natural brand you want and then come back to me. Here's my card. And then, like, sure enough, you know what? I bought it for 3 days. I returned it. It tastes like dirt. It tastes like weed. It tastes like this. It tastes, listen, I'd rather have a little fruity flavor than, and again, even when I tried the regular flavors, when we formulated, I didn't pull those three out of a random hat either. I sat there day one when we were doing all the taste testing. And again, I had the client base from all my personal training clients. So when I was sampling everything, I had the guinea pigs, Exactly. They were like, this is too drippy. This is too bitter. This doesn't feel right. This doesn't, like, we changed the gummy formula. We're on our third round in 2 years. Now we're good. They weren't even vegan 6 months ago. So people wanted vegan. So now they're vegan. We had where they were, people who lived in Vegas and Cali and Florida. By the time they were shipping, like, there was a 5 or 6% where people have received a rainbow melted package. So now we made them withstand 155 degrees. So it's always a learning process. Somebody might, we had cherry, orange, and lime originally. Someone said they didn't like the lime. I asked 100 people, dozen or two didn't like it. We got rid of it. Now we put it back because in the vegan, the lime tastes better. So again,
blueberry cream. Is it blueberry cream? That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's really amazing. But then again, it gets too tutti fruity in flavors and options, and it's like, what's that place? Cheesecake Factory. Love the place, but when you go in there, there's like 18,000 different things. You're like, I have no idea what to get. Sometimes when you give too many choices, you have a problem. What I could think about, and I already am mentally.
Can't they separate it and then you can like sell a flavor and a plain one? Or no?
Never going to do the plain. I will never sell plain. That's not my market. If the 3% of the people I serve need that, I could recommend them where to buy it from somebody. I'm not going to do it. And I can tell you that CBV, which is working with neurological issues, brain damage, which is super expensive.
And very important.
Very important, but it's very not mainstream. Like I can't even provide it and scale it yet. I believe Novartis, which is a pretty huge pharmaceutical company, is the forerunner of big pharma that is working on that. And I know someone in Manhattan there. So i.e., maybe all of a sudden my vendor says we now have raw CBV. I could say, fine, there's blueberry cream with CBV. So then again, it'll identify that's for your brain, mint is for the sleep, everything else is all purpose. So they still have the flavor. And all right, might as well tell you this. I'm dying to. This was just talked about this morning. We might have a skincare product coming in a few months because we tried 30 creams, maybe minimum. There's clay, Arizona, mud mask, charcoal, honey, blah, 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 blah. And the funny story is I was away, and then my wife just basically told me this morning, Mark, I think we might do a face care line. I was like, why? She said, my mother tried all of those things we had in the closet, like when I was sampling, and one of them she flipped over.
Wow, what is it?
Can't say yet.
Okay.
So let's just say it'll.
Do you have an affiliate program?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Affiliate program simple. I'll say it's not an MLM style. We're not going like 17 layers deep and you're going to make nickels off of everyone and crack the whip. It's real simple. We make a code. Those people enter the code in the website when they buy. When that is identified to you, I send you money or I send you CBD. And you could keep the kitty building. You could do a hybrid of. We also have for the athletes, I call that part B. If you're a current legitimate notable or an ex-notable, we can do a sponsorship where we can make a code for you, we do a little campaign, put some graphics out, yada, yada, yada. They get a little higher payout, obviously, because someone from the NBA or NFL might have a little more influence than girl at Trader Joe's. even though Girl at Trader Joe's really puts my CBD away. And again, it's funny because people like that who are teenagers who see 400 people a day and they don't have a lot of money, guess what? She's probably making more than her car payment right now from just handing cards out while people are checking out. So for her, it's like, you might as well be $1 million. And then on the third end, there's wholesaling, where you could say, okay, I want to buy 25, 40 of these. Then they give you a really nice number. You put it on your store, on the shelf, i.e. I'm in a couple gyms. I'm in a couple martial arts studios. I'm actually in some hair and makeup salons and nail salons, which I was like, okay.
I like that. When my funnel is done and everything, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Even though it's funny you brought up the funnel thing, the regulations are just finally starting to get unsticky. I wasn't even able to do that for almost 2 years. And trust me, KBB, Masterminds, Brunson, I have it all at my fingertips and I'm not even allowed to use it. Now it's finally changing. So stay tuned. And as we mentioned earlier, Louisa is the funnel queen. So I can't wait.
Honey, listen, I got to go because Mom's picking me up.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Listen, we've been on fire, an hour and 20.
Right?
Thank you, Maury, too.
Excellent.
I'll hear you tonight at the Mod Squad.
Mark, you'll be back because we love you. And you'll also be co-hosting sometimes, right?
On what? On this?
Sure.
Absolutely. I've done a podcast or 2 or 50.
Amazing.
A couple webcasts. I have, I showed you my StreamYard. I'm ready at the drop of a hat. And I think, actually, I manifested that on Wednesday the 14th. I think I got to give Brenda more notice. So I think we might launch on Wednesday the 21st and have Brenda be our guest 1. And then we start the parade. We'll book it out for the next, I think it was like 30 something at 2 a week. So yeah, we'll be booked for about 17 weeks straight as soon as we start.
Let me know when I'm doing it because people have been asking me left and right to do their podcasts.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start doing that.
Well, trust me, I know you feel. Actually, random shout out to Vincent, butchering his last name, but it's on my Facebook. We do a 6-minute brief podcast, and then we did a full-blown hour and change one. The 6-minute one is number 90 of 500,000 on Apple.
That's exciting. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It was, not a ton of content, and I'd like to see where the hour one goes, but I've never been in like screenshots of the top 100 on Apple Podcasts, which is linked to Anchor, and it's pretty humbling. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's do more. Let's help everyone. Love you all. Anyone? I should put my own
better place in helping people heal one day at a time, right, Mark?
Yes. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put my own link tree in here. I think I can. Can I even comment? No, but I could private chat it to you, and you can put it on there. This is my not an ink tree. Right there. I just sent you a link. You could put that on the regular chat.
How do I do this? Hold on.
Just copy and paste it and post it on regular comments.
Okay, hold on. Be with me for a second.
And or for some reason, if you can't, it's LINKTR.
I got it. I have it. Hold on. Let's see if this will work. Hold on. Things seem to be, it's like somebody jumps in. There we go. It's like somebody jumps into my body. I don't know how I'm doing these things lately. Between the ASEA and the CBD, it's like I can do anything. Somebody jumps in.
I can do anything because you're Wonder Woman. So yes, you can do anything. You know me. There is, I know I'm butchering it up, but as Yoda says, because I watched Star Wars on the plane yesterday, do not try, just do, or something like that. I'm butchering the quote up, and where's my little baby Yoda? Oh, they moved it. I usually keep a little baby Yoda. See, every time I go away, things get moved around and cleaned when I come back, but I keep a baby Yoda on my desk.
Let's throw a big kiss.
Ciao for now.
The kisses.
Love everybody. We'll see you and hear you out there soon. Take care.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks
Thanks,
so much.
Stacey.
I love you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
My pleasure.